What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix new series, The Letter for the King. Hey, before you watch this review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this! First up, I would like to say thank you to Netflix for granting me the screener to the entire 6 episodes of this new show. They've asked me to not spill spoilers, therefore I will honor their request. The simplest way to describe this whole series is, if you take Game of Thrones and The Witcher and then throw them into the dryer, voila! You get The Letter for the King. Because this show is not adult-centric, so it's not as violent and it's not as graphic. Some might even categorize it as family-friendly, but with a bit of dark tones around the edges. The Letter for the King is more along the lines of Willow, for example. The question is this something you would enjoy sitting through? And the answer is yes, I would say so. Having said that, this show is far, far from perfect. Based on a classic Dutch novel written and executive produced by Will Davis, when a ruthless prince threatens to cast the world into darkness, a young knight in training named Thury, played by Amir Wilson, gets assigned a task to go on an epic journey across several lands in order to deliver a secret letter to the king. Along the way, he unexpectedly finds himself at the center of a magical prophecy foretelling the rise of a hero who can defeat the prince and restore the peace. Thury receives help from other reluctant fellow young knights in training who were supposed to arrest Thury and bring him home, but eventually they believe in his mission as well. If he's going to survive this journey, Thury must learn what it means to be a true knight and a true leader. Co-starring Ruby Serkis, Thadia Graham, and Andy Serkis. Okay, before I go any further, just a little fun fact for you here. One of the stars of The Letter for the King is Ruby Serkis, who is the daughter of mocap maestro Andy Serkis, who appeared in The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. And Andy's son, Ruby's brother, Louis Ashbourne Serkis, was the star of The Kid Who Would Be King. I guess kings and medieval pieces are a lucrative business in the Serkis family. Okay, that's enough fun fact. Let's go back to the series. I feel like we've come across this story before, so you can probably file The Letter for the King under generic and predictable. There is a bit of twist regarding one of the characters, which I will not reveal here. But other than that, The Letter for the King does not really add anything new to the genre. But I'm not saying it's boring as hell. Oh no siree Bob. On the contrary, the characters are extremely likable, especially the group of kids that surround our lead protagonist, Thury. Each of them with their quirky personality, and they are so hung up on wanting to be knights that they can't see past their ignorance, which of course makes them oddly amusing. The swashbuckling sequences could be a bit more well orchestrated, but the humor coming from these characters will carry you through. 6 episodes are actually more than sufficient for this adventurous tale. It's Thury and Ruby's character Lavinia for much of the journey, and when the rest of the kids join in, it suddenly turns into the Goonies medieval style. The performances are adequate. It's what you can expect from a bunch of young newcomers. But I can't wait to see what's next on the horizon for these young lads beyond this series. Ruby specifically inherited her acting chops from her dad, whose brief appearance on this show is comical and memorable. The criticisms that I have about The Letter for the King mostly involves the villain, Prince Viridian, who seems to stay stagnant after the first couple of episodes. His plot barely goes anywhere. The show would occasionally come back to him from time to time every now and then, just to show him look evil or do something evil, but both Prince Viridian and Queen Alianor are often in a limbo until the final conclusion. And even then, the ending is underwhelming, lackluster, and frankly, anticlimactic. After going through all that trouble just to reach the king, you would think that, and justifiably so, that we are owed a big showdown, an earth-shattering ultimate conflict. But the letter for the king doesn't quite go out with a bang. So, while the letter for the king has its shortcomings, and it's certainly mild in many ways, it will entertain the fans who can't get enough of medieval fantasy adventure. Boy, they just keep on coming at us these days, don't they? And we welcome them.